Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life, and it is about 1:30 on Monday, May the 9th, and it was just National Scrapbooking weekend just this past weekend. I had to work, and it was Mother's Day, and so I didn't get as much as I would have liked to get done, but I'm pretty pleased with the fact that I got some pretty neat pages in. So I thought I would do just a separate share of just what I had happened to get done this weekend. And then at the end of the month, I will do my normal wrap up, like monthly wrap up of the layouts I've gotten done. And these will be in it too. So just bear in mind, I'll just probably go through them faster during my share than I would normally because I've already shared them here. So, I was a part of the Victoria Marie Facebook National Scrapbooking Day. It was in coordination with the Crafty Maven Getaway. They hopped on over and joined us, and it was really fun. And there was a lot of neat challenges. I believe we had a total of 11 challenges. 12. There were 12 challenges in total. I happened to get 5 done plus the YouTube hop that we did. So this is the very first page that I happened to do, and I did this in order. I created this page for my challenge within the weekend. I was the late night challenge for Friday night, so that would have been the 7th, the 6th, my brain. And my challenge was a recipe challenge. So I suggested, or my recipe was to use a branding strip, at least 3 pieces of pattern paper, something dimensional, and absolutely no gold. It was a really fun challenge. There were a lot of people that played, which was really neat, and I had a lot of fun with it. I do have a process video on this to kind of go over the fact that this layout was kind of tricky for me. I had a hard time. I was trying to make it too simplistic, and then I eventually got it to where it is now, and I'm much happier with it now. And I got a lot of old supplies and scraps, stuff that's just been lying around on my desk, used up this weekend. So I'm so excited. For example, these brads have been in my stash forever. So I got 2 of those used up. I finished up this lovely pack of cork arrows from it. They were just, I had a cork style letter alpha, and I had those, so I got that used up. I used some of my silver pieces that I have. I bought a nice big bag of silver pieces, and I'm slowly working my way through that. I used up some frames that I had and some 6x6 pattern paper. So I'm pretty excited. This is a really fun one, and my prize type thing was, I said for everyone that made a comment or posted like their layout in my challenge, I was going to donate $1 per layout to the Canadian Red Cross because of the Fort McMurray fire and the devastation that's happening up there. So I wanted to help support them. I've already done a separate donation just within my family, but I thought instead of offering a prize out, I would pay it forward and help out those families in need. So there's that one. The next layout I made, maybe one of my favorite layouts of all times. So it is for the hop. We did a YouTube hop in coordination with the Crafty Maven Getaway. It was their hop, and a few of us from the Victoria Marie group kind of joined in. And Hannah had requested that we did a layout about scrapping in some way, in some sort. So it could have been like your room or anything like that. I already have a layout talking about my room, so I just did one of me actually scrapbooking and kind of just mentioned how, though the whole point of my scrapbooking is of course telling the story, lately it's been playing with all the prettiness that is coming in our in the collections and the kits and all of that. Everything's just so pretty and I'm loving it. And I digged out all of my really shiny gold and I got it on this layout. I also was able to use up these scissors. I've kind of had that in my stash for quite a while. That was really neat. And this little brad that says Tickled Pink, I had no idea how I was ever going to use that, but it matched with the color scheme, so I used it, and I'm really happy with it. I used some of the Pink Paisley C'est La Vie collection, and used some Heidi Shine, and I love this layout. It was really pretty, and again, it is part of the YouTube hop, so there is a process video for this one. I then went to work and came home, and Saturday, well, actually Friday night, I got to start. And so what I started out with was picking my photos for this challenge. This is Megan's, Crafting Maggie's challenge. It was the first challenge of the weekend, and she wanted us to use at least 3 photos. And I challenged myself because I can do 3 photos. I do it often enough that I was going to do more. So my challenge was to use 5. And I got them on there, and I was really excited. And I just was in the process of working through these photos, and I am slowly trying to get everything scrapped. So I just kind of grabbed these because I knew it was a multiple photo one. And then just, again, I grabbed these random things that just happened to be on my desk. And then I have this nice little pile of goodies that was stuff I pulled out of my Project Life when I condensed it, but wanted to keep the goodies. I have this little tin, and when I started this weekend, it was like overflowing. So I have gotten a lot used up. I'm really, really proud of how much I got used up. So for example, this was in there, that was in there, these were in there. This always, I did some mixed media on it to cover it up. It used to be black and white and acetate. Remember this was in there, and I just love this. Lots of little things I just happened to get used up, and it made me really happy. The squirrel, I didn't really know where I'd ever use a squirrel, and this is outside, so I kind of thought it would work. And this is just simply talking about how I just hope Jackson always has a nature about him where he wants to learn and explore his world and just stay wild, basically. And this was on a little piece of a firmware. I liked it, so I just kind of went with it, and it created the title out of it. So I really like this layout. It's simple, but with the photos, your eye goes to the photos, and I like that. Okay, and then I did this one, and it almost, even though we're not allowed to do this, it kind of coincides with like 3 different things. So this is actually for Casey's challenge about scrapbooking yourself, and she listed some questions that we could use. I just used them. I thought it was kind of neat and a fun way to just kind of document my life and where I'm at right now. I'm seeing I'm gonna have to use some tape and tape some of this down. But it was just like your nickname, your hair and eye color, a random fact about you, your favorite color and place and celebrity and song and animal and book. So I just listed that off. I did do some really fun mixed media, which is another challenge, was to do mixed media. So I kind of incorporated the mixed media. And looking at this, I also find that it would have worked in Caddy's challenge to do a monochromatic layout and using 5 pieces of a color you chose. So it really could have worked for any of them, but this is actually for Casey's challenge. And I had a lot of fun. I did some mixed media, and I used up some more little random things in my stash. I cut out this banner. I was excited to get that used up. This little tiny piece of a frame I just happened to have, I got that used up. I've done a lot of banners this weekend to use these up, and I believe I might have 1 piece of a banner left, but other than that, that's all used up. And I backed it with this pattern paper that has been in my stash, and it's too bright to use for much, but it worked really well with this layout. And then just used an old photo of myself and backed it with a 6x6 piece of pattern paper in my stash, and I like it. I'm pretty excited. I did use a tiny bit of teal right here because there's blue in the banner, so it was just kind of a little tiny like anchoring, and then there's a tiny bit of green here, so it kind of did a triangle effect with the coloring. And then this may be my favorite layout of the entire weekend, but when I was making it, I absolutely hated it. This is for the oh, what is this one for? I have to look at my little thing here. Hold on. Oh, right. This is for Emma's challenge. She wanted us to use mixed media in a way that we don't normally do, or that we're a little intimidated by. For me, I can do mixed media in like the splatters very comfortably, and I normally like the effect, and I'm good with that. But to do it in any other way, I'm a little afraid of. So what I did is I did a tiny bit of the smishing technique, which I can do, but most of the time it takes me at least like 2 or 3 tries before I like it. So I did that, and I also just took my, like the spray mist that you use, I just took the lid and traced a border around it. And that's the first time I've ever done it, but I really love the way that it looks. And it's very like a fluid, and I just really like it. And then I just kind of played. I had these 2 pieces of pattern paper that I was looking for something else, and I loved how they went together. So I put them aside and decided to use that on this layout. And then from that, I picked my photo and then just kind of randomly put things in different spots. And I wasn't like I said, I was not liking it as I was creating it, but afterwards I'm really loving it. It's a great photo. It's kind of a random story, just talking about how well Sean does when I ask for a photo. I don't ask for them very often of us. We take once every couple months or so, but he never ever complains when I ask for one. He just leans in, does his little smile, and he lets me look at it to see if I like it, and if I don't, he's willing to let me take more, and he's a great sport about it. And I just kind of wanted to document that because that's so very Sean. Like, he doesn't complain about much, and he knows how important photos are to me, so he just kind of lets me have my way and do my thing. So this is again from that exact same day as the photos that we're just taking of Jackson. Like I said, I'm really trying to work through those. So this is just kind of a fun one. I got this little tag used up, some washi, this little sticker here, a few little bits and pieces that I had laying around. I used this Love You, which was in a sticker thing that I finally have killed the sticker sheet, which you will see at the end of the month. And I really like it. I did this little banner here, and I don't know, I really like it. I like this little triangle effect with the color tying in with that, and I'm just very happy with the way it turned out. And then finally, I just finished this layout today. So this was the last layout I got done for technically the weekend. And it is for the sketch from Victoria that she posted. It was supposed to be 2 4x6 photos, like lengthwise, and then there was really neat like pattern paper design to it. I was working on it, but I wasn't really digging the design. It wasn't flowing with what I wanted to do. So I just cut my photos and used them Instagram style. These are not Instagram pictures, but I cut them to that. Just added a few layers behind them, and then just tucked kind of little pieces here and there. I love this little like layered corner right here. And I used one of the Amy Tan stickers that I've kind of been having a hard time using, but I was excited to get one of those used up. And then I just kind of did a bunch of journaling. This was more of a heartfelt layout than I actually intended it to be, but I like it. The only thing I think it's missing is maybe some stitching. So I think I'm going to come back and grab my sewing machine and stitch a black border around it, because there's these 2 really big black bold spots, and this isn't really black enough to combine it. So I think with the stitching it would help. But this is just talking about how daycare, when he was at his old daycare, they did a dress-up day, like a job dress-up day, and they snapped a bunch of photos. And they're not great photos. I have like not acetate, like acid-free, there's non-acid-free tape on my photos, so I know it's eventually gonna deteriorate, but that's okay. But I just wrote about how Sean and I are not going to care what he does as long as he loves what he does, and we will always support him and all of that. So it was just kind of a little heartfelt thing about that. And then the very last thing I happened to add, believe it or not, is I was flipping through my chipboard and I found this Change the World globe, and I was like, oh, where am I ever going to use that ever again? So it just worked really well, and I just kind of did my title was already there, but it kind of just snuck in with my title perfectly, and I love it. I got this little piece of wood veneer used up, this nice little collection of stuff here, and again, like I said, with the banners. So I am trying to, these little itsy bitsy pieces of things that I just have had, I just really want to get it used up. I can't currently find my eraser. It is in my crazy mess of a desk. So when I do, I will come back and erase. I have pencil marks on all of my journaling because I haven't had a chance to erase it yet. So I'll get to that. And I did use a lot of this is the Dear Lizzie documentary collection and a little bit of the Citrus Bliss as well. So there you have it. Those are my layouts. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 from challenges from other people. And then the 2, so 5 from the hop and 6 from my own challenge that I posted to the group. It was a lot of fun. I hope that you had a lot of fun and got a lot done. And I'll be back really soon with some more stuff. I am going to try to record a bunch more videos because I have just started challenges basically. I have one video set to record for one of the challenges from one of these layouts already. And then I am in the process of working on one from a different set of challenges. But I'm thinking probably there will be 3 from the Victoria Marie stash. And then I'm also going to very slowly work through some challenges from Mercy Tiara, her 27-day challenge Facebook group. Though Moira put on some awesome challenges, so I'm definitely going to do some of that. I want to participate in just, obviously, again, I'm not in it for prizes, just to challenge myself to do the Scrap Girl Gals challenges. And then Hip Kit, their Facebook group, they did so many challenges. By the time I had caught up, there were 16 already. So I'm slowly going to work through them. I probably will not have a video for every single one, but who knows? It's a lot of fun. It's fun to challenge yourself, and again, I'm getting a lot of goodies used up, so it's making me really happy. There you have it. I am sorry about all the rambling. I will be back soon with some more fun stuff. Bye, everyone.